Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Back to Beta. I am Mr. Saturday. I hope you are having a beautiful, wonderful day. My day is going fantastic, and today we're actually going to be building something in New Helen other than, the canal and road that we built. You may be able to see it in the corner over there. Yep, I got it mapped out a little bit. We're going to build something because I'm actually storing my stuff all over the place, and I need like one central location to put a lot of this stuff in. And I thought it'd be a smart idea to go ahead and make the train station first. That way we can map everything else around the train station and stuff, right? So we have one of the ways to get to New Helen already mapped out. Besides boat travel, you could definitely get here with boat travel, pretty easily. There's no way to get out of the canal, unfortunately. So if you go through the middle of the canal, you're kind of stuck there. So maybe we'll do docks and stuff for boats and things later too. There has been a lot that has been dug out, and a good chunk of that is thanks to Box, who did that side over there, while I was mainly focusing on this big side over here. And I really don't leave things like grass mining and stuff in the videos because it typically goes like this. Over there, we have a wild box Blair outside his natural habitat of the desert, slowly mining dirt and stone. Oh shit, I'm Steve again. Out of all of the skins, Steve is probably like the best skin. Yeah, definitely he's the best skin. This is S plus. This is S tier right here. This is a really good skin. Could you imagine like just the whole video, just nothing but me mining dirt and grass the whole time? Like this is something you do for like a live stream or something where you could talk to people, but just picture like releasing a whole video where it's just nothing but me mining out a big field. Mining dirt POV.
There's a starman waiting in the sky.
No, but for real, special thanks to Box Player. He really did help out a lot. It was pretty fun. There was a lot of goofy shenanigans that kind of happened on and off. We did ride circles around the track for what felt like forever. We were just going in circles in the voice call, which was quite funny. But yeah, I really do need to build something here. We can't just have like a gaggle of chests everywhere. I would like to have everything centralized and nice and neat, kind of like what we do at the castle. And I think we're gonna make like a little storage room in our train station somewhere. The most I have this train station mapped out, you kind of see it behind me. That is it. I have like a floor idea of what this guy's supposed to look like, and that's it. So let's go ahead and get started. So this is the gradient we are working with. We're going to have sandstone to sand to white wool to snow. And in the white wool and snow, we're going to have a little bit of mixture of brick. And with the sandstone, we're going to have possibly some spruce log trim bits. Similar to this right here. I don't know if these type of bits will stay or not. I'm kind of on the iffy side about them. But what they're supposed to do is they're supposed to pillar up a little bit. And then there's going to be like a staircase, right? So I haven't really tested anything out yet. We're just gonna have to build it up, see what it looks like. And if it looks bad, I will take those parts back down. But the first area we're gonna start with is actually over here. These are like these little, I would say little columns, but they're decent sized columns. It kind of reminds me of a Roman building. That's what I'm picturing of in my head. Is we have like this little Roman building entrance type of ordeal where it's got these columns to a triangle roof. So we're going to work on that. And on the inside right here to cover up the grass is going to be these slabs again. Just pretty much a continuation of the sidewalk where you walk just straight into the train station. I may or may not keep these middle two columns right here. I think I want to get rid of them for more of a grand entrance, something that looks a little bit better. If I keep them, the doors are going to be like right up on the columns right here. And the windows are going to be to either side, which I'm really not a fan of how that typically looks with columns. So we'll have to see. I'll more than likely just get rid of those two and open it up. So far, I have the pillars all built and the little slabs for the sidewalks in. And I was about to put the roof on this thing. And I think I want to go ahead and get the rest of the walls up before we finish this Roman themed part. It's looking pretty cool so far. I don't have any of the bricks in I'm gonna wait to do all like the bricks last. That way I don't waste a bunch of bricks and then not have enough for the other side. I could just like cherry pick where I want the bricks to go. And that typically works out better in the long run, especially when you're very limited on your brick supply. But yeah, I want to go ahead and get the rest of these walls up before I build the roof to that thing. That way we could kind of judge um, how tall these walls are going to be, right? Because I want this part to be taller than this part, but the way that it's looking, it looks kind of um, like they might be the same height. I could probably squeeze something. I haven't got it fully figured out yet, but we could possibly get it there. Got the walls in on the bigger rectangle bit. I don't know what to call this bit yet, but it is where the main railroad tracks and stuff are going to be for like the train station. So we got that bit done. It's a little shorter, which means like the blend is not as great towards the top. So I might have to play with that a little bit. We'll have to see when I go in adding bricks. Maybe I can tweak the white parts up just a little bit as I'm going around. I do want to go ahead and get some kind of roof on both sections just to paint like a bit more of a finished look before we go around adding details and windows and stuff like that. Just to give like an idea of what the outside might look like. We'll probably even go over there on that hill to get a better view of it. But I'm liking the build so far for something that's just like coming off the top of my head and being this size. It is coming together pretty good. Everything's lining up. It is built on all even numbers, which is, not the greatest thing in the world, but it's all right. We got the roofs in and we went for a soul sand type of roof. I do love these roofs. They're a bit darker in color. I think they look really nice against lighter colored buildings. So if you're looking for like a darker color and you have a really light building like a sandstone, uh, soul sand can be your friend for these type of builds. They look really good. Uh, Simple triangle roof, simple step roof. Double step, so it's 2 blocks per step. But I did flatten it off on top and put a ring up there so we could have kind of like these ceiling windows, right? I forget what they're called, but I like them. You can sit up here, stare up at the sun, and fry your eyeballs out. On the inside, I did put a couple little arches to separate the different types of roofs in here. We made this one a bit more flatter. And we may do some designs up there, like have hanging vines or bushes come off the top, so it won't be so flat up against the snow. So we'll come up with some kind of divider there. But I do want to leave the skylight. That's what it's called. It's called a skylight. I do want to leave the skylights for for looks and for lighting. It does bring a bit of extra lighting down in here, and that's going to be one of the things we run into when designing the inside, is trying to come up with as much hidden lighting or nice looking lighting as possible. I do not like torch spam. I don't like all the torches that are in here, and I want to get rid of all of it but light up the area too. I want my cake and I want to eat it as well. So we're going to try to figure that out, and it's going to be fun. So a lot of the flooring in here is actually going to be crafting table.
Wow.
It's going to be a crafting table design. If you remember from my museum in my single player world, if you look at the crafting table like this, it looks like a set of fancy tiles. Crafting table could be a beautiful block in beta for flooring, and it's very convenient whenever you need to craft something and all you have to do is aim at the floor. So we're going to be using these with the combination of something similar to that up there. I don't know if we'll use gray wool. We'll probably use the stone slabs, to keep the sound effects all the same when walking. That I know that tickles people's ears a different way. Like you either want to hear nothing but wool sounds or nothing but stone sounds with walking. But that's fine. We'll probably do all stone, and our floor in here will get to match our ceilings in here. I want to put some kind of chandelier in here. I think that would be kind of cool. Unfortunately, that is a 2 block middle, so that chandelier is probably going to look a little weird unless we can figure it out. I do want to add some more windows in here as well. I was playing around with some window designs. I think these could work out really nice, except for the ones that are going out here. They'll probably have the fence stems instead of the doorway. I just didn't want to do it here because it would look kind of weird for one side to have it, but not the other. Unless we could play around with that a little bit. I might be able to, but the windows pretty much going to be like these on the outsides, but with the little fence post stems. So one of the next things we need to work on besides the flooring as well is I need to actually redo this wall a little bit. So this wall is going to have a big hole in it. It's probably going to start about here, maybe here. I'm thinking about this level, to be honest with you. And that is so we can have a bridge that goes over towards the spawn train station, which we are super close to. You can see it from here. And I'm thinking about right here. We're not completely lined up with any of the doorways, unfortunately, but we are lined up enough to where it's only going to have like one elbow into something. And that could be a cool setup. We might do a setup down there where it could be like a multi-directional setup. So in case somebody else needs to go that way from that side, you could pick either path. One path will lead to Mr. Saturday, and the other path will lead to where anybody else needs. Um, Maybe Pepper, unless Pepper feels like taking this train station and walking over that way. Which, I mean, it could be convenient, but he might be doing his own little town thing over there. You never know. But yeah, so we're going to work on this wall and the floor. I feel like they kind of go hand in hand because we're going to have a raised section in the floor right here anyways for where the train comes out. So if we do it on this layer right here, there is going to be like a staircase or something, and we need to figure that out in the floor design. But I think we got this. I think it's going to turn out really cool. We got a nice looking floor in here so far. See, I'm really loving this look. We got like the fancy tiles here, there, or like maybe it's a carpet or something, or like a rug to show you where to go when you walk in. So we have our little entrance where we'll be coming in and out from other places, like the other train station. And then over on this side, I don't have the ticket booth built yet. It's going to go right here in the middle. And we have the entrance and exits to the subway areas and the maintenance areas. So we have everything set up. I'm going to put like a few chairs and stuff in here as well. Like you're waiting on your train to come by. Or, like you're just waiting for the train. Kind of like you do in a, in a train station or an airport. So yeah, I'm gonna put a few of those benches and chairs in here, kind of pretty it up a little bit. I went ahead and started putting in some windows. I think these windows look pretty cool. They are, very pattern like, but it does match, it matches the building style that this is based off of the sides, and it kind of looks all right. We'll have to put like little wooden detail bits, like the trims and whatnot, on it. But I think once all of that's on there, it will come together really well. And then we can start to splatter in the brick all around and kind of tweak that a little bit as well. And that will just like tie in real good. I believe it'll tie in real good. Um, as for all of that, this is pretty much what I've gotten done so far. And it is cool to see it come together, right? So this building I didn't do in creative mode. I didn't even sketch this building down like I normally do on my sketch notebook. I have a little notebook here beside my desk, and every time I come up with a Minecraft build idea, I kind of just draw it down on paper and try to bring it from paper to, Minecraft. This build, I didn't do that. I kind of drew a couple of squares, and that was it. It was like, yeah, here's one rectangle, here's the other rectangle. And then what you saw with the sandstone outline that was there, that's what I had. So it's pretty cool to see it slowly come up and kind of take shape and kind of take design. I can't wait to do more builds here. We still got the rest of the land to clear out and land over there to clear out, but we'll be looking at stuff that looks very similar to this or something like this. We have most of the detailing in now. I am running a little bit low on a few things to finish it off in this episode, but for the most part, it's together pretty well. We have some of the bricks in, which makes it look like the white parts are falling off, kind of like the house does. We have some greenery. Whoops, my bad. And we also have some of the wood trim bits in, which I still need to go ahead and put in all the fences kind of like hanging down a little bit. But for the most part, all of that's caught up. We are missing little detailing bits in some areas, but not too much. We have the inside done. I love this little area. Other than the little, minecart tracks, we don't have that in yet because there's no bridge. But we do have like a little welcome sign that says "Welcome to New Helen," and we have the seating areas where you could sit and wait for your train to come by, and we have the ticket booth where you could come and buy your train tickets. I don't have the downstairs dugout yet. That's going to be a fun one where I'm going to have to dig all of that out and plan out like a subway looking station, which would be like a fun build project in its own. But yeah, this is what it looks like so far. I'm really digging how this looks. Yeah, I'm really in love with this style of gradient and how things pull together. Right, it just looks really clean looking, but at the same time, it looks pretty messy. Favorite style so far. Favorite style. But that is all I have time for in the next episode. I hope to see you all in the next one. And if you enjoyed this one, smash the like button down below. And I'll see you all later. Bye.